Welcome to the Graduate Research Forum, Fall 2015. My name is Marza. I'm a graduate student in the MSIS program at the Department of Occupational, Workforce, and Leadership Studies at the Texas State University. The title of my study is Caught Between and Providing the Better of the Two Worlds, Pakistani Mother's Dilemma in Raising Children in the United States. In a literature review, we find that parenting children involves major responsibilities, providing for maternal and or paternal needs, offering guidance and instruction, and exercising authority in the lives of their offspring. Cross-cultural studies of the child-rearing practices indicate important issues in relation to the family dynamics, migration, and identity in the patterns of parenting. It also involves the satisfaction of sharing everyday experience with children that provides them with a foundation for affection, mutual understanding, and developing relationships. The purpose of this paper is to examine the disciplining experiences of Pakistani immigrant mothers who are parenting their children in the United States by using 6 areas of parenting responsibilities identified by National Extension Parent Education Model, also known as NEPEM. It involves 6 themes: caring for self, understanding, guiding, nurturing, motivating, and advocating. As a Pakistani woman, the researcher had experienced her own conflicts and challenges with parenting and raising her children while living in the United States, and became curious as to what this experience was like for other Pakistani women. This initial curiosity evolved into the research that sought to explore the research question. The study population in this study was 12 Pakistani mothers who were recruited from the Pakistani population living in the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland was chosen because of researchers' relocation in the state of Maryland at the time of the interviews. All of these participant mothers were at least college graduates, while 5 of the study participants were trained physicians. The research design was based on interviews. An interview protocol was developed. Questions were modeled after the NEPEM model to focus exclusively on what these mothers are doing in their priority practices to ensure that the well-being of their children during childhood and adolescent years. A qualitative research method, consensual qualitative research CQR, was chosen to investigate the experience of research participants. The constructs identified were based on the NEPEM model themes: care for self, guide, nurture, motivate, advocate, and understand. The interviews were semi-structured, open-ended. In this research, our limitations were small sample size. This was due to mothers being very busy with their work schedules, because 6 of them were working and the other 6 were busy with the children's busy schedules at school, etc. Another limitation was not having enough variability in the sample, since all of the study participants were at least college graduate, and they may not be true representative of broader population. For example, mothers who may not have had college degree or who may have not gone beyond high school. The major findings were: in most Pakistani households, there is a strong religious influence. Religion plays a vital role in shaping these mothers' individual identity and raising their children, with an emphasis on promoting Islamic values, and it becomes paramount in the context of their arrival in a new country. There was an utmost desire shown by the mothers who were interviewed that they would like to adhere to the religious beliefs for themselves and transfer the same devotion to their children. Most mothers, irrespective of their city of origin or age group, showed an utmost desire that they were like to keep their individual identity, Islamic identity, in raising their children in the United States. Pakistani girls are taught from an earlier age that they are destined to be great mothers and homemakers. In their pursuit of this greatness, often mothers put themselves far behind the other family members' needs. Six of the mothers cited supportive network of friends as filling up a gap in these mothers' lives in the absence of familial support. There were mixed views about being able to adhere to their own culture, beliefs, and values in the United States. As one mother puts it, it is up to us how we want to blend our culture with the host culture. I do not believe in making our separate territory. It is our choice to adjust in this country. Some mothers showed their concern over their children adapting to the materialistic values prevalent in the host society. One mother, who was a physician in Pakistan and now staying at home to take care of her young children, said that we face challenges with materialistic things in this country. Children have too many choices, and they tend to be thankless because of this. Pakistani mothers have adapted to the host culture communication strategies rather than using the same authoritarian style of parenting as they experienced as children. Pakistani mothers overall provide nurturing, loving environment to their children. However, the emphasis in their parenting practice is more on delivery of their values to the children. There seems to be a big need to build relationship with family, neighborhood, and community group. It was evident from our interviews. Another major finding was that Pakistani mothers tend to minimize taking care of themselves to focus on familial needs, careers, education for their children, etc. Everything is thought about in terms of family rather than in terms of themselves. This research found indications that an authoritarian parenting style is not a prevailing technique in Pakistani immigrant mothers' child-rearing practices anymore. We also found that none of the participants acknowledged availability of community resources or support for education of mothers about parenting and family issues. When discussing guiding, 4 of the interviewed mothers said the independence becomes an issue with raising children in the United States. Mothers feel anxiety over the children's personal autonomy and the children's constant struggle with 2 different worlds around them. They also cited not being able to spend much time with the children as a cause for disconnect between children and themselves. For future research, the researchers may focus on unaddressed issues specific to Pakistani mothers' well-being and their access to support system in the United States. The issue of parenting in the context of new culture is not new. One thing which emerges from all these interviews is that even though a lot of immigrant families migrate to America in the hope of achieving the American dream, they face problems in a sense of loss. As we observe and conclude from our interviews that even though Pakistani mothers overall provide nurturing and loving environment to their children, there are unaddressed and underlying issues specific to parenting and their own well-being and support system. We do not have a program available to help assimilate these immigrant mothers, particularly those mothers who may be staying at home without any outside contact or familial support. The immigrant families could greatly benefit from the NEPM in what it teaches to empower these parents, particularly mothers. The author is preparing a manuscript of this research study for peer review in the publication The International Journal of Humanities and Social Sciences. On the YouTube page below, please indicate your anonymous preference for this study by clicking on one of these two icons. Also, please post your comments or questions in the YouTube comment section below. I will respond to your inquiries posted between November 17 through December 8.